Alright, let's talk about Solo Leveling episode 22. The build-up, the animation, the cliffhanger. I have thoughts. But first, let's get something out of the way. I was actually working on a video essay about Solo Leveling Season 2, but I dropped it. Why? Because while the show is solid, it's not exactly something that makes you want to get Jinwoo tattooed across your chest. It's fun, it's flashy, but unless this is your first anime ever, there's nothing groundbreaking about it. Still, I got tempted to do a video last week because so many people were frustrated with that episode. I had my own issues, mainly the home mother in a coma subplot. It wasn't really built up over 20 episodes, so when she woke up and reunited with Jinwoo, it didn't hit the way it should have. A lot of the emotional reactions I saw online were from people who made personally lost someone to illness, and that's understandable, but in terms of storytelling, it lacked weight. But let's move on. Episode 22 is here, and if you are watching Solo Leveling for the fights and adrenaline, I feel for you. Because this show is definitely shifting gears and fights are not number one thing anymore. So we start off with Jinwoo versus Goto, and yeah, it was cool. The fight was more extended than in manhwa, but somehow it still felt too short. The best part was probably the cut of Goto rushing at Jinwoo. That was clean. And the real highlight of this episode, though, is probably the build-up. Seeing all of the hunters we've met so far preparing for the Jeju Island raid was hype. It actually did a great job making it feel like a big event. But then we got to see the Ant Queen, and okay, I have to give credit where it's due. The design was crazy. The detail, the presence, it really sells how dangerous the whole mission is about to be. And then there's Ant King. If anyone doubted the animation team, they should eat their words, because the way they made him look was just menacing. And we got this big question about should Jinwoo have gone to Jeju, and on one hand, yeah, he's obviously the strongest hunter by far, and if he went, the entire mission would probably be a walk in the park. But on the other hand, he wants to stay with his mother, and after everything he went through to save her, it makes sense. Plus, he trusts that the SRAC hunters that are going there are strong enough to handle it. And spoiler, they aren't, because the big ant, yeah, that thing is an anomaly, and I guess most of the S-ranks will die before Jinwoo teleports there. And then we get the most surprising part of this episode. The ants are sapient. I wasn't ready for this. Yeah, this was really something. First we had elves, then orcs, then Aesir, now the ants. I think we are reaching to the point where it's fair to ask, are monsters really monsters? Because if they can talk, strategize, and have a society, then what makes them different from humans? The Ant Queen is self-aware, she talks, she has a plan, but to humans she's just another monster to exterminate, and that realization hit hard. And now let's talk about the real villain of this episode, the cliffhanger. Every single week, Solo Leveling hits the gas right when things get good, and then slams the brakes. It's frustrating, and I get that it's part of the formula, but I hate it. The episodes aren't long enough, and it always feels like they end right before the real action starts, so weekly releases sucks. But hey, we made it this far, so next week it's only going to get crazier, so see you next week and bye.